Well, here we go. It's 7 after 4 o'clock in the morning. And we got this nice pop in the Eurodollar, which wasn't unexpected when they went down here. And I compressed the chart a little bit so you can see there's 3 bars there. But look at all this activity right at the edge there. So definitely for the precision order placements like this, where you would put a buy limit dead on that with a stop. And same thing here. This pull back into here, you have a buy limit sitting right on this, and the blacks are the fill. So you got to think about the wick as your fill. As long as you do that, you're always making double your money or better. I'm presupposing you pick the right size stop. So I put 10. I got 50 is my worst stop, but I'm looking to make 100 pips there. So that order is going to look like this. So I'm going to go to the 1 hour chart to place the 50 pip stops. So here, and since I knew this wick was here, I could have an order there, and I could have one here. Of course, now having one here, they stop me out. But what if I had one here, right? So when you see this, you're going to put it's slightly different price. So if you hand drop these, okay, now that's going to be the swing trade. And then inside here, you're going to have the scalp. This is going to be, this is 30 minutes, but you can make this all day long here. Put a slightly different price there. So that's the scalp. That gets you out here. And then you can even have this risk 5 pips to make 13 pips. This is my big Fibonacci order. It lasts for 8 hours. So all those people that are magical thinkers can use that one. You know, some of my best friends are magical thinkers. But when it comes down to it, here's where you want to get in. Double top. This is the triangle. So you have a buy limit here. Right on that double top, or a sell. The sell didn't work out too good. And then if you look at this top, this double top up here, or look at sharp and then a soft top and a meltdown, a triple. This is a breakout. And yeah, the euro's not going back to 110. Sorry, Mr. Kicklighter there. But at least for me, I'm scalping it up in here. And I got a huge sell bank up in this thing because on the 4 hour, which is as long as you don't order the daily, there's a bunch of wicks up here. So I think that's going to be a big confrontation point all the way up to here, I suppose. You want a big sell limit up here. This is kind of stupid, obvious. But yeah, this has a nice setup here. If you look at the daily pivots, connect the dots. Double top becomes a bottom, kind of a launching pad. But I think I got a scalp out of this. Right now in the scalp zone, it's running out of wind. So I'm going to come back to that. Now I'm thinking it's going to pull back. But that's the daily launching pad on close. It doesn't take much into account all these wicks, but once you got that turn there, it did close here after they smashed all the way back to another pivot, which is here. It's a real pivot because it turned. And then there was this pivot down here on the daily. This top became this bottom. Of course, that was a little less risky because you had like an inverted hammer there. So you could put a really nice, it was a good setup for that. Yeah, so that's a daily, and then here's the 4 hour story. Just kind of putting this, I want to do this channel here that died. Broke out of that, and then I want to go for the bigger triangle that we're just kind of breaking out of. That's kind of faint triangle, but I'm looking to take this out. I guess it's an ascending wedge or something. And I guess, well, this is a 1 week kind of set up there, but this could take a while to resolve and then a huge explosion. But in the meantime, having the sell limits up at this previous top was the trade of the day, I think, for the shorts. Now it looks like we're going to go smashing north. And I'll sell it if it gets up there again. But I would go to the this time of day. I'll go to the 5-minute chart. Yeah, so we got this top became a bottom here. So hopefully it's going to pull back a little bit and then get me in. Otherwise I don't have to buy at the market because I got these sells up here. I want to hedge it. I don't want to be trapped. So this one I'm going to buy tight just under this, so the 15-minute order. And if they slam it back into this order bank, that's my plunge order bank that seems to make more money than chasing these damn markets, because every time we get one of these schizoid either up or down, we make money from that. So we're looking for the market to go schizoid up into the area between this wick top and on close. So I'm taking into consideration the range of the wick as like what an ATR would be to a wick. I guess if somebody had a wick meter, that would be kind of cool. If anybody's ambitious, build an indicator called a wick meter. And interesting, this one here, would they close down near the edge of this bar like this? My God, man, this is only like about, I think, a 40 pip range here. All right, so here's the big trend line to break on the euro dollar. Could break this one, and I suppose if you're a wick drawer, it's going to look like that. And if you're going to go for the inside trend line that already broke and became resistance for all the sellers on time, it's going to really struggle up into there. But if it can get some more gumption, like come back here and grab these guys. So if this is a real breakout, we could come back and retest into this area, because we have confluence with this and this envelope. If you are going to draw trend lines on these wicks, you're going to end up with a trend line envelope as opposed to just a hard line. Now, the hard line is really nice because it's purely time-based, which is what a moving average is. This is just a tightened up one. And of course, these are hard structure points. So we're fanning out. Like this is opening up into a broader. If you zoom out, you can see that we're trying to hunt down this. But before we get there, you know, it's kind of like an aerial view of a football game. Before we get ahead, it's like they have to come back and forth, backfill on this thing. So I'm looking for it to punch into this envelope. I'm going to scalp that envelope up there. And if it comes all the way back to really before it broke out, I'll get in there on that retest. But yeah, you can see the path of the market makers. I was watching the New Zealand dollar the other night, and one broker of mine just kept flickering. The spread kept moving, and it was just a lot of, you know, the market just flutters, and it's very bizarre. But yeah, I'm just sticking to the euro. I gave up on this demo. I gave up on trading this demo as if it was 8 currency pairs. Now I'm just trading it at the market, and I'm just trading it with these automated scripts. I gave up on pendings. I had to admit I didn't have the patience for it. It would look like this if you're going to do it, though. You put a buy limit here, and you would have got filled here. But what I'm doing is this. I only wrote 2 scripts here. One runs for 4 hours, which is kind of a complete retrace, and then this one runs for, I think, 15 minutes. So if it blows that out this way, if it stops out this bank on pullback, then it's going to capture this one beneath. And the way to really do it would be to have a I don't have a hotkey yet, but I would say after you get stopped out of this bank, let it stop you out. This is presupposing you're going into a news event or something, and then put in some of these, like it buys 60 pips deep, right? Spread out. And here comes the news. I mean, it's not coming now, but this is stuff like, here's a buy scalp I wrote a long time ago. It's 15 minutes. So it lasts for 15 minutes, and it gets in a kind of a logarithmic grid. So if it moves down 20 pips, it's going to buy some. If it moves down 15, it's going to buy some. 10, it's going to buy some. 5, so you end up with this kind of wedged entry. And then here's the end of the world orders. 120 pips to 160. And this is like a scalp bank in here. But yeah, if the market comes down there, now if you really want to put those on this 4-hour chart, so you want these things to end up on the these key pivots here, like this bottom that became that baby top before the explosion. It's easier to read the Elliott wave here on the close too, because you can just see it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? There's Elliott. There's Elliott's wave right there. So I'm looking for the pullback, and here's my 4-hour. But see, this is my daily. So if we blow through that and end up here later today, right? And just lay these in. I mean, like, you can write an iceberg order from hell here and then just walk away. This is 80 pips in 4 hours. And you just go to your day job. I mean, the idea that you can even, who cares if you're here to pull the trigger? Look at these smash and grabs. Look at this crap. I mean, this is retarded. This is absolutely retarded. If all you did was write these scripts, 70 pips, right? Now this is a demo, so I'm gonna load this puppy up, and I gave up on the whole precision drop pending, as I guess markets are sloppy, and since there's so much money in the account now, I'm gonna start running these psycho orders. Like, here's 20 pips, right? Just let it go. See if we can blow it up. But you know, I am really trying to trade this like how you're supposed to trade it. And I really do think this is the only way to go. If you're a stop entry guy, which I don't have any stops running right now, I could see throwing a stop entry in here right now. Like, if this pulls back, I'll get in a break out of that. But I guess I'd rather see how far they can pull it back for the next half hour, and then maybe put a buy stop right on the 5-minute fractal. You'd essentially be putting a buy stop above that inverted hammer in the 5-minute. So I'd rather get it on. I'd rather go for the this big plunge here, comes into here, and then comes back up in. Just because it seems like a higher probability than, even if they do take that out, if they're forming a triangle right now in the 5-minute, I don't want to get caught up in this market maker garbage at this time of day before the 6:30 washout around in about 3 hours. They might take this down and go after this wick on this 4-hour. So I want to buy that plunge. I want to have some margin available for that. In other words, if they come back to here, this is possible. Of course, tomorrow's Wednesday, so that's going to be a killer day. That'll be the retrace day to me. Every Wednesday looks like a retrace. I want to get a thing that highlights just the Wednesdays on the weekly chart. I don't know how to get just the Wednesday to jump out, but that'd be a great time to run these psycho orders, like, you know, 150 pips deep. Right? Anyways, that's my disorganized update.